Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sitija Sarkar, FINOS board member and head of Aladdin Client Experience Engineering at BlackRock. Earlier this year, BlackRock joined FINOS, and I joined the board following that. I'm honored to be here representing both FINOS and BlackRock to celebrate many FDC3 wins across the industry, including BlackRock's tech platform, Aladdin, receiving FDC3 confirmance today. Thank you. BlackRock is fundamentally built on open source. From the technologies that power our infrastructure to the collaborative innovations that we embrace, open source is at the core of everything. It enables us to be agile, efficient, scalable, and faster. This commitment extends to our belief that open source isn't just a technological asset or a tool, but definitely a strategic imperative. As leaders in fintech, we recognize the important role of open standards and interoperability in this digital age. And that's why initiatives like FDC3 are so important. FDC3 is changing the way how financial institutions are working together by creating a common language and standards for applications, data, and processes across the ecosystem. For Aladdin, FDC3 standards will ensure seamless interoperability and workflow efficiencies, future-proofing Aladdin ecosystem for faster, secure, and flexible client value delivery. Now, as of now, we are leveraging FDC3 to streamline workflows and integrate our products more efficiently for our Aladdin users. As we are excited to work with partners and clients across the ecosystem in the future. Microsoft. FINOS is also exploring some of the new opportunities that FDC3 can bring to an increasingly AI-driven world. And this is where Microsoft comes in. FINOS is excited to be partnering with Microsoft to enable a number of scenarios where Copilot can send FDC3 messages, letting users seamlessly transition between Copilot conversations and the rich experiences in FDC3-enabled apps. For example, you could ask Copilot to find companies whose CEOs have an interest, say, in running, weightlifting, Pilates, some niche characteristics. Now, what Copilot would do is it could send that list as an intent to an asset research platform for deeper analysis, which allows us to seamlessly transition from gathering unique insights to conducting more detailed financial research. And mind you, all this is happening within the same workflow. For more information, please check out the Microsoft's booth at FINOS. With this, I want to invite Frank on the stage. Welcome, Frank.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello. It's nice to be here again. It's nice to be back. Oh, thank you. I need that. Oh, yeah, we need that. As Gab said, I'm kind of an old timer here. Go back even on the FDC3 specification. I was actually one of the original contributors to that specification, and I'm sorry if you use AppD. I'm sorry. Apologies on my bad code. But I think it's important to understand how important these open standards are. And I didn't appreciate, even when we were building that standard up on 1.0, how important it would become. I'm looking at the audience today going, it's amazing how big this has gotten and how FDC3 is now con, which I think is quite interesting. But I didn't understand until I inherited about 100, 200, maybe 300 applications in my work efforts in my organization. And how do I bring those diverse applications together, not just from the back to the front, but from the front to the back. And we thought it was quite easy to start looking at FDC3 as a potential opportunity to tie that all together. And we have been working on that as a company, as an open standard adoption company. So let me go to the next slide. Oh, okay, there we go. That's better. We're not working well with the slides today. Okay, so we have this view of today. We use ChartIQ. ChartIQ, we've already adopted that. It's historic, again, in the FINOS space. That works really well. Interop.io is integrated with that and others. You see the value of that. But how did I think about tying back those hundreds of applications over time? So again, we've now looked at adopting it holistically in S&P Global as a means of setting context intents, being able to think about, again, going from front to back versus doing all the big heavy data integration. So we're quite excited about that. And I hope when I come back next year, if I'm invited, we will be certified as well. That's quite exciting. So if we look at the path ahead, and I actually think this is really just a few announcements here. First, clear announcement of 2.2. FDC3 2.2 has been adopted and standardized. And I was looking at the notes, because I said I'm getting old. So I went back to the notes to look at what was adopted. And I did go to GitHub, and I did look at the READMEs. It's really great to see the web standard coming about. New protocol, new .NET bindings. I remember my bindings days. Looking at, obviously, more context, more intents coming through. The community, just the volume of community embracing it was just fantastic. The amount of contributions, the dialogue in the chats. Again, really exciting stuff. Chris West will be showcasing some of that at 3:10 today, I believe, at the conference, so don't miss that. This particular one that Dov mentioned, the Wellington Morgan Stanley integration, I'm a big fan of security. I'm a big fan of being able to support interop. I'm going to say multi-party interop, and again, it looks great actually. So I'm going to be joining that session tomorrow. I wish you all join that session to participate. And of course, Rob, the mastermind in the weeds on this. If you want to learn about FDC3, take the time to go and spend some time with Rob, hands-on, some of the activities with FDC3 Sail, which I was looking at FDC3 Sail. Really quick way to bootstrap you and using the capabilities. But just one point on the web container pieces. I think that's really, the FDC3 web. I think that's really important because we'll always look at the desktop agent as the center of everything, and it's not. As we move to the web and obviously we go into cloud, we're going to need more SaaS-based interop, and I think those standards are going to open up a lot for how we communicate in the financial services industry. So with that said, I'm going to hand back to Gab. And Gab, thank you for giving me time, by the way, because Gab, you just talk a whole lot. So thank you for giving me some time.